We found you need to pack it that way.
Good evening and welcome to our June 24th, 2014 Ogden City Council meeting. I'll let the roll call reflect that all council members are present with the exceptions of Vice Chair Gochner, who is excused from tonight's meetings. So I guess I'll take care of the Pledge of Allegiance today, so if we could just stand and if you'll follow with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and we'll now observe a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is the approval of minutes for the work session of February 18th, 2014. Councilmember Blair.
Yes, thank you, Chair Heyer. I have reviewed those minutes and found them to be accurate. And I would make a motion that we adopt the minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Blair, adopted by Councilmember Wicks, or seconded by Councilmember Wicks, to approve of the minutes. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, the next is our common consent agenda. Do we have a motion for that concerning the Airport Advisory Committee?
I'll make a motion that we approve these reappointments to the Airport Advisory Committee.
I'd second it.
A motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Stevens for the reappointments for the Airport Advisory Committee. And this is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Next is a public hearing concerning fiscal year 2014 budget amendments, year-end adjustments. So,
Laurie Johnson.
Laurie Johnson.
Good evening. The purpose of this action is to recognize and appropriate additional revenue from grants, donations, and other issues that come up during the fiscal year. It's kind of an end-of-year cleanup, if you will, not previously included in the fiscal year 2013-2014 budget. And are there any questions? There were several grants. The bulk of it was grants and a few contributions and donations, as we talked about in the work session. So any questions? And it does increase the budget by $4,792,900.
Questions for Ms. Johnson? Thank you. Okay, this is a public hearing. If you have any input on this item, please come forward. Seeing none, do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
A motion by Councilmember Wicks, seconded by Councilmember Garner to close public hearing. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And if there's no further discussion, I will make a motion that we adopt proposed ordinance 2014-27.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Blair, seconded by Councilmember White, to adopt proposed ordinance 2014-27. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Blair,
Aye.
Councilmember Garner,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Councilmember Wicks,
Aye.
Chair Heyer.
Aye, that passes. Next item on our agenda is reports from administration, the water utility equal pay program that's been much anticipated.
Mr. H2O will be presenting this.
Mr. H2O, known as Kenton Moffett. Welcome.
Chair Heyer, members of the council, Mr. Johnson, it's a pleasure to be before you today to discuss this exciting program that will benefit our ratepayers in the city. The Equal Pay Program is a way that we can help our customers equal out their bills so that each month of the year they're paying the same amount This will help them with their budgeting. We hope that it'll provide an opportunity for less bills to be delinquent, for less late fees to be charged, and other expenses that go along with that. So this is an exciting time. We hope it benefits the community. The ordinance before you allows a modified way of collecting the utility monies for the water bills. Currently, it's set up to be every month you use water and every month you pay for it. The ordinance outlines us to authorize that this equal payment program be set up so we can bill in a different manner, again, to benefit our ratepayers. The outline of how this program will work is that an average monthly payment will be established from a homeowner based upon their previous 12 months of usage, and that will be averaged out, and then they will pay that amount for each year, for each month of the following year, and that will be compared to their actual usage and outlined on their bill. That way they know how much they owe, how much of a credit they have. And the way we've set that up is that each year, instead of making this balance either come due or be credited back, it'll roll over into the accounting for the following year. That way we don't have customers that get hammered with a huge bill come July, and then that would just exacerbate the problem and defeat the purpose of this program. So that is basically how we've have it set up. Everything's outlined on the bill. When someone signs up for this program, we'll establish with them something that they can look over and acknowledge they've received it so they understand how this program works. And we hope that it will be a great benefit to our ratepayers. Any specific questions you would like to ask?
Any questions for Mr. Moffett?
I did come up with another question.
Uh-huh.
On the bill, will it outline what you're supposed to pay and what you used pretty clearly?
Yes, it will. It will show an actual usage amount, an actual usage bill, what your average monthly payment was, how much you paid, and then the balance on what's called the reserve account. So that will all be outlined on the bill.
So is the bill going to look a little different, or is it basically going to be formatted the same?
It will be basically formatted the same, except for those that are enrolled in this program will see a slight variation because those balances will be shown, the average monthly payment will be shown.
They'll be bolded and
Yeah, it'll
highlighted?
be.
Great,
It'll be shown there, yep.
great.
Now, you're going to use some of the city employees and maybe some of the council members to see how this program is working and then come back and review it in the fall. Is that correct?
Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to pilot this program. In fact, we've already started doing that with some of the employees of the district to make sure that the program, the software is all working properly. We'll expand that to members of the administration to make sure all the bugs are out of it before we give it to the general populace, because the last thing we want to do is roll out a program and have it not work right, because we want people to participate in this just to help them with their budgetary needs. Seems to be a big need amongst our ratepayers. So the plan is to roll it out in the fall.
So in the enrollment, if this is going to be a program that's going forward, the residents have an opportunity to either accept the program, to sign in on the program, or to sign that would not participate.
It will be an opt-in program, so they will only be enrolled if they approach us and ask to sign up for it.
And they can sign up at any time, right?
How we've have it proposed right now is that it will be set up anytime. I know we've discussed some other things and the administration will finalize it, but yes, we have that. But we are also discussing the possibility of limiting that sign up to the fall.
Any other questions?
Will they need to come in personally, or can they just mail back a form or call? We're still working.
What we'll probably do is we'll accept the form that's filled out. Maybe they can email it in as long as they
Okay.
send us the original. It depends on how difficult that gets to administer. But we'd like to help them avoid a trip down there if they can. But we will need an original sign just for legal purposes. So,
Perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
That's kind of exciting that that's finally here, that we finally got the meters changed out to where we can let that happen. Do we want to have public input on this one? Don't need any of that, okay. Let's, any discussion?
It's been a long time coming.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we adopt proposed ordinance 2014-29.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Blair, to adopt ordinance 2014-29. This is a roll call vote.
Councilmember Garner,
Aye.
Councilmember Stevens,
Aye.
Councilmember White,
Aye.
Councilmember Wicks,
Aye.
Councilmember Blair,
Aye.
Chair Hire.
Aye, that passes. So we can expect to see this sometime towards the fall, mid-fall, somewhere in there, perhaps? And that will also be noticed with at your service and those things. Okay, that's where people can look for that announcement. Wonderful. Okay, we now are at the public comment portion of our agenda. This is an opportunity to address the council regarding your concerns or ideas. Please state your name and address clearly for the record and limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing no movement, Mayor, well, I guess you're not the mayor.
No, I'm not tall enough. And I can't beat up other mayors, so. You probably know that the Cannondale event is here. They shipped in 1,200 bikes, put them together at BDO, and having all of their buyers and retailers come. It's been a very great event, and they are promising that they want to keep coming back. I could actually see someday maybe them relocating here, so they've had a great event. Mayor Caldwell asked to be excused. He's actually at a dinner with them tonight, the CEO, and the next person in line actually have never been to one of these events before, and they came because they wanted to see Ogden. So the mayor felt like he should be with the CEO, kind of working him to bring business here. So it's been a great event. They love our construction, but they love the city. So it's been fun.
Great. Well, we'll excuse him then. Council members, any comments?
Couple things. Really want to thank the city and the community for working well together to start beautifying our city. I've seen some great projects that are coming together, and people are showing a lot of interest. And second, thanks to our finance team and our department directors for working with these grants and applying for them. This has really been a great benefit to our community to have, some substantial grants at times that have really helped others. So thank you.
What else?
I'd like to say that construction is good progress, so that's good, that's a sign of good.
I did have a comment from a couple people lately who said 15 years ago there wasn't any construction going on, and so they look at it as a real positive thing. I look in the face of Jay, and I'm not sure it's as positive for him, but it's been positive for everyone else.
Anyone else? Okay. Well, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make that motion to adjourn the city council meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilmember Garner, seconded by Councilmember Wicks to adjourn. This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
As a reminder, we will have a special redevelopment agency immediately following this meeting, and a city council joint work session will follow that meeting.